Okay, and once more we are live with some proper beta testing. Lucy, are you ready?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
What was that?
The screams of my soul.
I didn't hear no scream. Sounds like you were getting cut off there.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah,
I'm good though.
gotcha. Well, first, let me start with going, Jade, congrats on that first. Abaddon, good to see you as well. Welcome in, Jadeite. Good to see you. I hope everyone's doing well today. Sorry about missing the Dark Cloud stream earlier. I had a long day today. Oh boy. So that's going to be rescheduled for Saturday. However, we are here with our beta testing of more Castlevania Symphony of Horrors. Drogson, your thing didn't show up until just now, so...
Yeah.
But yes, welcome in everyone. It's good to have everybody here. Hopefully you all are having a fantastic day. We're going to look at this some more and, well, we're going to see what is happening because we were playing on a different build that the creator, has gone ahead and made for us. And they've also announced, to the Discord server, of all of us in there, that it's a public Discord server that people can join into from their channel, which I have linked in the YouTube video that I last uploaded. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and read out what the next update is going to be. Next update is going to have an updated user interface for the main menu on the title screen, as well as the pause menu in-game, in order to adjust graphical settings more detailed to get the best performance for your system. It's going to be capped at 60 frames per second to prevent bottlenecking, and then also have an option to change the shading settings, shadows, post-processing effects, and other effects. Also change the game from full screen to windowed and resize the window. The new version will be uploaded later today, which today is April 8th, 2025 at 9:57 p.m., almost 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, or Central Time. And yeah, pretty much whenever that gets uploaded, we will have a new one to test out next time we power this on. Because right now, this build right here is the build that he sent over while we were streaming last time so that you could go ahead and give it a look. So it's only appropriate that we look at everything. Am I right?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
And see what else you can break.
Exactly. Well, see what else I can break? You mean the entire game?
Yup.
All right. Well, folks, here's what we're going to do. Because what the creator suggested to me was that we put the graphics to good instead of Lord of Shadows, because Lord of Shadows just uncaps everything. At that point, it is going full hog. But we're going to go on good. We're going to start file. We're going to go back to file 2. That is our save that we had going. And we're going to test from here. Hey, welcome in, Jade.
Also, hello, Jaden.
Moon, Jade. Welcome in, everyone. Yeah, Lucy is my chat reader again for me today because, well, as is expected, this game is still in full screen. It will be fixed to where there's going to be proper windowed mode soon.
Soon,
right.
TM.
Mm-hmm. Soon TM. So fuck your candles.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Last time we left off, we were in a new town. And, well, we got some new options. There is if you press the L key, you zoom out and you see it more head-on, applied directly to the forehead. This allows you to see where the collisions and everything are in the background, all that. That's a really cool feature. So this is how it looks like whenever he's working on it. And then, bop, we can then see it just properly like this, which is really cool. So this is more or less developer mode right here. So we can go ahead and see how everything is and working out. However, they also add another feature, which is if we hit K, we get a CRT filter.
Ooh.
And it looks really nice. We're actually going to go around with a CRT filter because I think this looks proper. Guy inside's telling the chain whip. How much did he want for that again? 500 monies or something?
I think so. I think it was 500 money.
500 money. All right.
Monies.
Well, you know what that means. We're farming. Well, actually, did we ever...
No.
Okay, we did get the Kniffy. Okay. My wife used to love cooking with garlic. Where is his wife? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. It's nighttime, baby. Let's go ahead and slay some creatures. And as we were told last time, you know, night, the green zombies in the towns will give you a lot of moolah. So that's what we're going to be focusing on, getting good money from the town zombies. That one only gave us a heart, unfortunately, but plenty of time. Plenty of time. Ow, that batty bitch.
You could say you got hit with a bat.
Yeah. Got hit in the face with a bat. Let me tell you. It was a skyrocketing experience. Fun fact, okay, yesterday whenever we raided over to Muse after Order of Ecclesia, did you know she actually has a redeem for bat facts?
Oh, she does?
Yeah. Yeah. And one that she actually told earlier today was about vampire bats, which today, not today, tonight. Well, she's a vampire, so today for her. But yeah, the bat fact was that vampire bats actually don't suck blood. They just lick it up because they have no cheeks. It's true. As someone who took zoology, I can confirm this. Why am I not using my holy water?
Jade says, "Oh boy, this is only the second streamer I watch as they farm in Simon's Quest."
Yeah, it do just be that way sometimes. But you know what? We want that chain whip. We want our dangle chain.
We gotta get our blang.
Exactly. After all, chain hang low does a waggle to and fro.
Boo!
Listen, I'm proud of my chain.
Abaddon did exclamation point quote, and you got number 2. Behold my dangle chain.
It's the only quote I have because none of my mods ever quote me.
I don't know how to do quotes.
Exclamation point, add quote. Then space and whatever the quote was.
So many quotes and things that you said during stream.
Lucy, it has been in the mod Discord channel for over 10 months.
And you think I know how to read?
Good point.
It has been an established fact. I can't read.
Dangled! We got our chain. We got our chain whip. We can finally stop using the thorn. I love the thorn whip, but let's be honest. Chain whip, made of iron chains. This whip hits hard, with heavy weight, and lashes enemies with man-made fury. I think it actually might be a little shorter than the rose whip. Let's check that actually.
Oh, yeah.
Just ever so slightly shorter than the rose whip, but it does more damage, so that's a fair trade-off. You know?
Yeah, I mean, power for range.
Mm-hmm. Every time someone goes into the cemetery. True. I wouldn't know.
That's between you and...
Thanks. I don't know.
I love how they're just walking into the wall.
Yeah. I watched from afar as Castlevania fell 7 years ago. Yep, you sure did, because I did all the fucking work. I lost my lantern on the way here. Yeah, so what? I got my own lantern. Blow me. The lake of the East Cemetery has something strange about it. Right, we do have the white crystal. There's a crazy person deep in Daba's path who studies Dracula. You know, that is pretty crazy. But crazy. I was crazy once. They put me in a room. A rubber room. A rubber room with rats. And bats? They make me crazy.
Bats? When did it switch to bats?
We're playing Castlevania. When do you think it switched to bats?
Oh. Anything's better than a rat.
Mm-hmm.
Rodents are gross.
Hey, I like rodents, thank you very much.
Well, it makes sense for you. You are one.
Well, so are you.
No, I'm a cat.
Yeah, but you're also a damn dirty rat.
I'm gonna give you to the count of 3 to reverse that sentence, otherwise I'm gonna pump you full of lead.
See? He's a damn dirty rat. Ooh, beware ghosts have been sighted. Okay, we want our garlic.
Garlic. Actually?
Hmm?
Jade said, actually.
Exactly. I had to actually, yeah. I'm sorry. It's just nature's way. Ow. It's a good thing we got that chain whip. Look how many hits it's taken to kill these skeletons with even the chain whip now.
Yeah, Jade just said, we all know that rabbits aren't actually
Rodents, yeah. Yeah. We're Laporade.
But it's still fun to call him one.
Okay, passive item. Crouch. I need the blue crystal.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were doing.
I was thinking white crystal work. No, white crystal is for the first manor to show it open up. I need to find the other crystal. The crystals, of course.
Oh god, of course you're looking for gems with power.
Listen, I need to find that damn fourth Chaos Emerald. I've noticed that zombies in general just seem to drop a lot of money. Look at how much money we've got back already. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, we're making good coin. Jade says, I understand, and then Jade follows it up with moo.
Alright, so we need to look left. We gotta find someone who has the blue crystal. I should hit the save point before nighttime hits, because that... Oh, never mind. Well, fuck me, I guess.
Bravo.
I saw the light was getting dim, so I figured, you know. Oh, so I've noticed one thing that would actually be really nice. One thing I think would work better in terms of controls is... Okay, you know that right bumper is for sub-weapon, right? Mm-hmm. If right bumper was actually to, you know, interact with doors and people, I think that'd be a little bit better, because Y then could be the sub-weapon button. I think that would just feel a little more natural on the hand. Because then you could really spam the sub-weapons like you want us to be able to do.
Oh yeah, rebut. Do you know, I think that would be a good thing to put in. I think that's a good thing to put in for any game, is button configuration.
Yeah, button mapping.
Yeah, because honestly, at some point, it's just like... You're gonna have people that have different preferences for how they use, like, how they play the game.
Yeah.
The weapon they want to do. And like you said, it would make it easier for spamming that, but also it might just be more comfortable for certain people.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Jade says button mapping would be the way, TBH.
Yeah, like have a preset, but then, you know, allow for button mapping. Which, to be fair, I understand why they have it like this right now. It's what they're used to, and they're the one developing it, so that will probably be a much later feature.
Right.
But I have no doubt that it's planned.
Kingdom, welcome in.
Hey, Kingdom, welcome in, welcome in. How you doing?
They ask how you're doing.
I'm doing all right. A little worn out for today, so I don't know how long we'd be going tonight, because, I had a busy day today, and I think I broke my ring finger on my left hand.
What?
Yeah, I was having to help a lot of people throughout the day, and now anytime that the ring finger on my left hand is squeezed slightly in a certain direction, it's a sharp stabbing pain, so I'm gonna have to get a doctor's appointment lined up for that.
Bruh.
Yeah, it happens.
Kingdom asks, this is an interesting take on Castlevania 2. Where did you find this?
I found this on YouTube. The person First Serve Gaming, they're the one developing this, and it is currently available through their Discord because it's in beta. It is in beta. We are beta testing right now.
Yeah. Jade says, also don't forget that some people use old controllers that don't respond too good to all buttons, and then also said he's beta testing it. Kane, welcome in.
Welcome in, Kane.
Kane says, looks at the thing next to Om. The hell is that?
You know, we've all been trying to figure that out. We're not sure yet.
Wait, do you mean me? Is that a blush? Is that a blush shake? Or what is that? Or what do you...
Blush? When would I ever blush?
Not you.
Oh.
Kingdom says, I'm doing well. I just watched some other streamers stream some of my favorites of mine, ranging from Ocarina of Time to Genshin Impact.
Ooh. I'm actually thinking of eventually playing through Ocarina of Time on stream. But it's going to be a little different. It's going to be a little different because I'm going to play the Ship of Harkinian version. And when I do that, what I want to do is I want to mod the fuck out of it. To where it'll still be Ocarina of Time, but I want to look the way I want it to look. Namely, I want to look like Twilight Princess.
Oh.
Listen, Twilight Princess had the best aesthetic for that type of game.
Okay. Abaddon says, Lucy, get the bubble wrap and duct tape. We gotta keep him safe from himself. Dude, to do that, we'd have to, like, lock him in a room, and even then, it had to be the most padded plush room ever. And I think he'd just start tearing apart the walls and somehow eat it.
I would not eat the walls. I would not eat the walls. I'd bounce off them, but I wouldn't eat them.
Yeah, you'd run headfirst and then go boing, 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 boing.
Listen,
boing, boing.
It's fun to do, okay? You should try it sometime.
Yeah, you just keep running headfirst into walls.
Hey, if they're padded, it does nothing to you.
Jade says, guess Lucy really enjoyed Repo. I like Repo.
Yeah, Lucy absolutely loves Repo, 100%. I know where we need to go.
Kingdom says, ship a what version?
Ship of Harkinian.
Ship of Arkenian.
Harkinian, with a H.
Harkenian.
Pretty much, someone went and made a program, which is called Ship of Harkinian, that decompiles Ocarina of Time if you have a legal copy, and makes it to where it's fully PC ported.
Interesting.
It works with Majora's Mask as well, and let me tell you, that'll be the only way I'll ever touch Majora's Mask. I know a lot of people love Majora's Mask. Leah loves Majora's Mask too, but I hate being timed on my open world exploration games.
Hi, welcome in. Whoa, this looks really cool.
Hi, welcome in, and it is really cool. This is only a beta so far. Again, you can find the devlogs over on First Serve Gaming, their YouTube channel. So I highly recommend checking out what they've been doing because they update it regularly.
Kingdom asks, so since this is your beta testing, what sort of critiques are you planning on openly talking about for the beta? Basically anything.
Yeah, if I find something, I say it. Otherwise, I will forget.
And honestly,
that's for the best. Let's be real.
Yeah, and the dev would prefer us just like actually give some, useful critique. Kingdom also follows it up with, I saw another streamer do the OOT, Ocarina of Time randomizer that also lets you bounce back and forth between that and Majora's Mask collecting stuff.
That would be on Ship of Harkinian. That's how they did it.
Ty says, looks like quite a bit has changed aside from the visuals.
Yes, quite a bit has changed. It is more proper Metroidvania styled. And, well, it flows very fluidly. You can spam your sub-weapons, like, as such. And the way you get stuff is, well, instead of using hearts to buy things, you actually have money that you can find. I see that fucking flea man down there. Give me a second.
Yeah. Alm's eternal feud with Fleeman.
No one can blame me on that.
I don't think anyone is. We're just
now,
laughing.
To be fair, it's not an eternal feud with Fleeman, it's a hatred towards Fleeman. The eternal feud, that's fucking Medusa heads.
Oh. Yeah. Kingdom says this is a cool retro aesthetic.
Yeah, it actually has a CRT mode and a normal, HD 2D style mode. Like, we'll put in this for a little bit. We were testing the CRT earlier. Yeah, just to give you an idea. There is also a way to view it in dev mode like this, where it's more flat.
It's very retro.
Well, it's using the retro sprites.
Well, I meant like sorry, not retro. It's very, what's the word?
Traditional?
HD without the CRT feud. thing on.
Yeah, and this way you can actually, if you're having trouble making jumps because you have a hard time with 2.5D like this, you can change it, and then you can see the jumps a little more pixel perfectly. So it's nice for folks who need that. Yeah?
I was trying to... I'm so used to streaming with my model.
Yeah?
I was trying to agree with you with my facial expressions, so you know how you have to use sometimes kind of exaggerated facial expressions for your model to truly show the kind of emotion you want it to?
Yeah? How hard were you frowning?
No, I wasn't frowning. I was doing like a tilted smile with my eyebrows raised. So I made my character model's face, and then I realized, and then I looked up and I saw my camera was closed still, and I was like, "Oh damn it! I'm not in my model." They can't even see me.
They can't see.
My little repo guy.
They can't see you, Lucy. They can't hear you either. You're trapped. Okay, flea bat.
Vindication.
Vindication, nothing. There is nothing that the flea man said to save your happy ass.
Actually.
Oh, what just hit me? There was nothing that I could see right there that just started attacking me. Okay. So now we know there's something there. Oh, it's hidden behind the bones. I see it now.
Oh. It's a little dude.
Yep, I couldn't see it beforehand. That's a little gotcha moment right there. Oh, these don't break? They look like they should break.
We'll give him another good hit.
I'm gonna try with a different whip. Maybe it's the normal. Maybe for some reason the chain. No. I don't know if these are meant to break or if it's a glitch. Or maybe they need an item. I don't know.
Destruction of chaos. Destruction and chaos, sorry.
Exactly. Now, we're gonna keep moving down here though. I think that's where there was normally going to be a healing item, but it just didn't get put through.
Ty says some really nice particle effects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that Skelebob that's throwing shit. He's on my shit list.
Who isn't on your shit list?
Me.
That doesn't count. You write the list.
Exactly.
Bruh.
Oh, I know where we're at. Okay.
Where are we?
Wait, we're in hell. And on Twitch. Damn it.
Oh, yeah, that kind of tracks.
No healing items yet. I think we were supposed to get a healing item earlier, though. It just didn't show up.
Kingdom says maybe that'll be patched.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. I think that was probably just a small minor oversight, you know? Yeah, I just took that to the face there. It's fine. We're gonna go to our last save, because honestly, we spent too much time on the outside. We need to get inside there much faster.
Oh, we're just speedrunning the thing now?
Oh, yeah, I know how to get there faster. At first I was looking for other things, but then I realized where we need to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use the fast travel here, which we didn't show off much last time. We're just going to go to Veros. Well, I'm going to pause it real quick because I need to sip my drink. Also, something I did notice is that, yeah, the CRT filter does make it a little bit brighter, which I actually approve of, because it also enhances the contrast between the lines.
Oh yeah, look at that. That is really pretty.
Yeah, it's really nice. Also, I love the fact that if you're paying attention, you can actually see where the scan line is scrolling down.
Yeah. Flamin'. Axolotl, welcome in.
Welcome and welcome. Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well.
Axolotl says, this reminds me of an old Ninja Turtle game on the N64, and they love it.
On the N64? I don't remember any Turtle games on the N64. Lucy, could you search up? Because maybe I'm just misremembering. N64 Ninja Turtles. So I'm probably just misremembering. I hit Y to try to use...
It's the original Ninja Turtles game.
No, could you repeat that? I couldn't hear you.
Oh, it's literally just the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. It's this first one.
I can't see, Lucy.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying, is that it's literally just named Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's based off the 80s cartoon.
Now, the NES one I know, but you said N64.
There wasn't a direct N64 game specifically titled. There were several Teenage Mutant Ninja... Sorry, I had to scroll down to a different thing. Okay. Games released for the N64 and other consoles that featured the characters and themes from the 80s comics.
Gotcha.
So it wasn't an actual Turtles game, but they were characters from them.
Gotcha.
Oh, and Axolotl meant the NES, not the N64.
Oh, NES. Okay, yeah, I know exactly which one they're talking about then. I both loved and hated that game at the same time.
Wait, Axolotl, are you an Axolotl?
Lucy, did you only just now put that together?
No, I mean, their model is so cute.
I know, but did you only just now put that together, buddy?
A little bit.
Okay.
Don't judge me.
I'm always judging you. You can't stop me.
Your model is so cute, and I love your freckles. You're so pretty.
Fleaman! Fleaman got me, knocked me right into the water.
I do not have gecko brain. I'm not lock. I don't get stun locked when you jingle keys at me.
Yeah, you just angled the catnip in front of him instead.
No, because then I start swiping at you, and I want the catnip. Give it over.
No.
Give it.
No.
Give it.
Blow me.
Ew. No, I'll leave that to a certain other person.
Fair enough. Wait.
Hold
up.
Ty says, how much control do you have in the middle of your jump? Quite a bit?
Yeah, you have a lot of control. There's still momentum going forward, but you can reverse your jump completely if need be. One thing I need while we're doing this, one thing I would recommend to the dev is whenever you're attacking, it switches your side. Maybe whenever attacking, lock the direction you're facing in that direction so it goes the way you're wanting, even whenever you're trying to jump back a little bit, because that's how the other Metroidvanias do it.
Kingdom says, glub glub. Axolotl, thank you. My mama outdid herself. She really did. It's so pretty. And Ward, or Onwar? And Ward the Killer?
Use your words. Welcome in, welcome in.
These are oldies. Roger, welcome in. Them keys got hands.
Welcome in. And yeah, them keys do have hands. I mean, they could stunlock a dragon.
To be fair, the dragon we're talking about is not very... It's not very difficult to stunlock him.
I don't know. Well, then again,
You gotta remember who we're talking about here.
I mean, I'm the one who should know most out of any of us, let's be real.
That's very true. And Anwar says, butcher my name a couple times, it's okay. I'm sorry. I still don't know if I'm saying it right. Roger says, did he successfully cap the frames? Yeah!
Yes, he did. And there's going to be, at least on a high graphics difficulty setting, Lords of Shadow, graphics setting is still a little bit higher, it seems. Well, at least it wants to keep going higher, because that's where it... Because he suggested I play it on high resolution to go ahead and make sure that it stays kept at 60. So that's my guess with what he said right there, you know? I might just be misunderstanding his words about it. It might all be capped at 60 right now.
And it's claims that Kingdom asks, what dragon? Lock.
Mm-hmm.
Lockfang.
I-
War says, you hire a chat reader, how good does that pay? Nothing. He doesn't pay me jack shit. Or
Nope.
War. Okay, War.
Yeah, he's an unpaid intern.
I thought it was an AI that you made.
What do you call an AI that you make? An unpaid intern.
An AI. Oi!
Yes.
Rude. Anmore said, thank you. No, Anmore was joking around and said, like, fair enough, you suck. JK. You're doing great. Abaddon says, I remember when you got stun locked by Locke asking you super specific question. Which specific question?
Which
Kane,
one?
Who are you bonking? Oh, you're bonking all. Never mind.
And who got sunlocked? Was it me or was it Lucy?
I think he's referring to me.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, I remember that moment too now. Yeah, okay.
Which one was that?
No, not gonna say it.
Lucy's getting paid in exposure, bruh.
I mean, in a sense.
No, literally the amount of collabs I've been doing, that's the second time I've heard that joke. And it's funny because it's true. And then Axolotti goes, gratification pay. Gotcha. Damn.
That bone throwing skeleton's a problem.
Roger says, my ISP is a dirty liar. Quoted, we would still be without internet for at least another 2 weeks. I'm livid. What? But you're supposed to be getting fiber.
Okay,
You're
that's...
supposed to be in that premium stuff.
I'm gonna be honest, the throwing skeletons need to be tweaked because they don't disappear when they go to draw distance, so they're constantly hounding you. And with how far they constantly stay back from you as well, it makes it it's not so much a challenge to deal with, it's more tedious to deal with, so they need to be tweaked ever so slightly.
Thank you for the head pats, X. Excelente. Jade says, I know someone who calls his AI's daughters.
I mean, if that's all they can have, you know, I can't blame them.
Okay, Kirito, calm down.
No.
What? He literally has an AI daughter.
I was thinking Chobits, you piece of shit.
Oh, Chobits too. Either or.
You ever call me Kirito again, I'll punch you in the dick.
I wasn't talking about you being Kirito. I was talking about the guy being Kirito.
Yeah, with how you said that, yeah, right.
Well, technically, hey, listen, this guy's AIs don't have a physical body like Chobits, okay?
See, like right here's what I'm talking about. That you saw how this skeleton that was throwing bones was all over there. I had to use the axe and just barely see him from off in the distance because there was no getting close to him otherwise. So there needs to be either a set distance at which they will only throw from, or a distance that they will disappear to draw distance and respawn back in their original location. That's what would fix it.
Also, Liz is here and said good evening.
Good evening.
Got here just as he died.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet that one part with the cracked wall, that is meant to be breakable and have healing. And it's just not breaking. So that's probably something to keep an eye on as well and report.
Abaddon says, oof, that was evil, Lucy. I wasn't referring to him. Jade says, listen here. At least he made the AIs, not like Kirito. Bitch ass who stole them.
Yeah.
And Chobits ones are also the same. That's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got a party member. Who'd we get?
I can't see.
No, I know. That's why I said let me see. Oh, we got Knight with us.
Hey, nice. Alright, we're just gonna jump around this skeleton and walk away. But yeah, one thing I think is also something that could be used to help out with this project a bit. is because obviously you know that I already love the project as is, but there's always a few little tweaks that can be done. It's in beta for a reason. That's why we're beta testing.
Right.
And one thing that could be done is, as I said, well, one with the skeletons. I've noticed that also with the bats and as well as the birds, that they don't stop pounding you until they die. And that even goes for whenever you finally reach a town. Now, if it's a bird that was just barely outside of town, that makes sense. But there does need to be a sort of a distance at which they will despawn or de-aggro.
Kingdom says, I'm guessing the devs would get in trouble for using Bloody Tears music here.
No. No.
No?
There's tons of fan remakes of Bloody Tears that can be used and stuff like that, too.
Oh, yeah. Jade says, besides, you guys probably have heard of the AIs I'm talking about. They have a Twitch channel, you know.
Oh, that one. Okay, I know who you're talking about.
I don't.
Nero. The AI VTuber.
Oh.
Like literally an AI.
Oh.
Also, you can tell I've been hanging out with Leah and a few others too much because I said like literally an AI instead of just literally an AI. Jesus Christ, I'm adopting their language.
Haha. Get modernized, old man. Interesting. Roger says, a chain whip.
Aye, we have the chain whip.
Kingdom Traveler says, do you mind the lack of unique stair climbing animations?
You know what? I didn't even notice until you pointed out. So that should tell you.
To be fair, we're looking at a lot of other stuff at this moment in time.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm going to test and see if it may have been a glitch that caused it to where that didn't, you know, break. Yeah, it's still not breaking. Because we've seen that the cracked blocks before break whenever you whip them. So I'm guessing this is just a glitch.
Could it also be that you need a certain item?
Mm-mm. I thought that at first.
No, go on ahead. You were giving it a thing. My thing's secondary.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say because the crack that was drawn on there was the same as the cracks that were drawn on the other ones that dropped wall chicken. You know, stuff like that. Good old tasty wall meat. Or technically it's a pork chop, but we call it wall chicken. Because it's always wall chicken to us. You know.
Right.
And
is the way.
Yeah, I doubt that he'd have two of the exact same thing for two different functions, you know?
Fair enough, but at the same time, why not, you know?
Well, because that would be inconsistent, which wouldn't be good game design. And from what they've shown, they know good game design.
Yeah. Abaddon says, poor Olm, he's being turned into a zoomer. Jade says, change is not necessarily a good thing. Roger says, could you need an even better whip? Question mark?
Yeah, there are 6 whips in the game right now. The next one that we can find is the Morning Star, then the Fire Whip, and then the Vampire Killer, I believe.
Ooh.
You just gotta be a little careful here, not get...
I was listening to the music, and I was like, ooh.
Like that right there. You see how the throwing skeleton, he could see you from a mile away, and you don't even get a chance to attack. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Granted, he's dead now because I spammed those axes to attack him while he's off screen, but that shouldn't be an issue to begin with. And I think if that's brought up, you know, he'll understand because, you know, I don't think he would like having these things attack him without knowing where they are either. So.
Right. Plus, that's the point of like
beta testing.
Why
yeah.
Testing,
yeah.
is to make sure that he knows that it's like whether or not it needs to be changed or if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Exactly. Because so far, most of the stuff I have to say about this game, pretty much nothing but praise, because it's really well put together. There's just a few things that I have to address, you know? Wait for it. I just also always feel bad when I have to say something, negative about something that's really well made and has a lot of passion put into it,
Right.
Okay. Oh, this is where we're
Jade
at.
says, I am learning that you can play a rhythm game without listening to the music. I'm also learning that it's not nearly as fun. Well, to be fair, the reason you do realize that that's just like a simple brain test, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's to test your A, hearing, B, your hand-eye coordination. And then Roger says, I wonder if Fire Whip has a lighting effect.
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm willing to bet so.
Ty says, asks, how many axes can you throw? Answer, yes.
Yeah. The answer is yes.
Wait, did I miss the Dark Cloud stream, says Roger? No,
No,
it got pushed back.
It got pushed back to Saturday. Life got busy today, so I wasn't really able to do it, unfortunately.
Yeah, instead Olm broke his finger, so...
I'm gonna change my Kniffy real quick.
Jade says, I mean, the brain test part is basically why I'm playing it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Pat, there's a good little test rat. There you go.
Don't forget to give him the cheese at the end of the maze.
You know, I'll give it to this. It was someone's it was for like it was just a monologue that I had seen again, and it was for someone's like Minecraft series. But they had something for it, and it was literally just like you were so busy running a rat race into getting to the cheese, you didn't even finish the puzzle.
Ooh.
There were multiple exits, but you never completed the maze.
Hey, I finally found the life up that I wanted for all that time. Hell yeah. Now we go back.
And then they were like, I was practicing I had to look it up. And I think it's a monologue that you could pull off really, really well.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Jade says, hi, Jerry.
Okay, so we're now learning that the shield does not protect against the bone projectile. Okay. That's something that's a little bit different from the original Simon's Quest, because the original Simon's Quest, it just protected against all of them. So I had to test it, because I played through the original one how many times now? Oh, you fucking bony bastard.
I think within the last 2 years, you've played through it 3 times?
Yep.
On stream?
Well, this is technically the 3rd time. I played through the normal Simon's Quest once. I played through a fan remake of it called Castlevania Chronicles 2, and now we're playing this as a beta test. So by all technicality, I've only played through it twice. Unless you want to count Dominique's Curse. Which by all means you could. By all means you could, because Dominique's Curse is just Castlevania 2, let's be real.
It basically is, yeah.
We're going to go this way. We're going to hit the save point, because I just realized, you know what? I've done a lot. I should hit the save point that's over this direction.
Okay, here's the monologue for it. It's, congratulations, you beat the maze. Despite all odds, you won and we can finally go home. That's what I've been practicing to say to you. But I can't.
Ow.
You made it through the maze. You didn't beat it. There were always a way out. But you became so focused on running the rat race and getting to that cheese, you didn't even think to look for the cracks. And I don't blame you. I'm just disappointed. You're going to go back now, like I do, over and over until something breaks. And it'll probably be you. And then it just cuts there, and then it restarts the whole, their whole thing.
Noted.
Yeah, I just thought it was clever.
Okay. You want to copy paste that into the DMs that we have real quick?
Yuppers. I was already in the process of doing it as you had said it.
Thank you. I'm just... Money! All right.
Jeebus.
What?
Leah Gold jump scared 2.0.
Listen, I like money.
Abaddon says, Cherry, Alm is slowly turning into a zoomer. And then Cherry responds, I mean, that's not surprising, lol. Roger says, missing the forest for the trees it be.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes
Ty says, oh.
Hmm?
Ty says, oh, I hope there are added bosses to the mansions that did not have them before.
There have been bosses. This one had the Cyclops.
Mm-hmm. Roger says, he crapped money.
He did crap money.
You're gonna get a kick out of this. Cherry asks, Alm ASMR channel when?
Never. That's just not my thing.
No, but YouTube certainly thinks that you really, really like ASMR.
Yeah, folks, I'm gonna put this here. I'll put this out there. Okay, you all know that I know Shulon Long, as well as a few other people who do ASMR because that's what gets them, their views and the stuff that works for them, Because of this, YouTube thinks I like ASMR whenever I don't give a damn about it. One video assistant to me actually pissed me the fuck off. Because, okay, for a Let's Play, VOD, and, gaming content channel like mine, you do one tiny thing wrong, you get copyright struck, or you get hit with the ban hammer with a strike or something like that. Do you know what I saw, folks? Do you know what I saw? Something that had gotten millions of views, tons of likes, and had not been taken down despite apparently having gone up for a couple months or something. Someone making ASMR sounds by fingering an Ona hole. On camera. Why are they allowed to get away with that shit when anyone else gets hit really hard?
As it's YouTube. Sparkle.
Yep. I just...
Abaddon says, a Cyclops, you mean Alm?
I mean, I do only have one working eye, but I still have two eyes. It's just that only one of them works.
Yeah, one of them's there for decoration. Exactly.
Makes people think I'm normal. It's a brilliant disguise, let me tell you.
Cherry goes, oh, Jade says, because the kind of degeneracy is what they want. But also, I mean, you think about it, and Markiplier did the whole thing of, he played Orc Massager to prove a point of the fact that, someone smaller than him will get flagged for something, but then because he's such a, popular channel, and it gets view and it has traction, and it's technically a benefit for YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to get as punished as heavily. And he
or at all.
Proved it entirely. Yeah, he full-on proved it.
Yeah.
If you lose the broke one, you could get a dope eye patch.
I mean, I can get a dope eye patch right now anyway. Doesn't mean I have to lose it.
Rip out that eye. Yeah, just rip out that eye,
Nah, I don't think I will.
Pop it out with a spoon.
No. I know that's their intended use, but no.
Are you blind in that eye because it's painted on?
No. I'm blind the eye from a fencing accident. Contrary to popular belief, I actually do. Whenever I say that I know swordsmanship, how to use a whip, as well as how to use a bow and stuff like that, I'm not lying. That is legit.
Oh, never mind. No one updated. Cherry goes, I know, I'm just messing.
Yeah, I know, Cherry's just... I know people are just messing, but I have to... I'm just gonna play along with it, That's to me. That's Cherry, who I am.
Cherry, question. Does that mean that your tattoos are painted on?
That's a good question. That's a very good question.
Technically...
I mean... Cherry is a hand-drawn goblin, so...
With hand-drawn tattoos. And not to mention, actual tattoos require an artist to use a certain item to draw.
I found a glitch.
Yeah. What is going on with them?
I don't... Apparently there's some sort of wonky hitbox in the water.
You can't prove anything. Get him. The brain I have is painted on, probably, says Brogger.
You know what? That's fair. That's very fair. Most people's brains are painted on these days. I mean, look at Lucy.
Boys. I hate you.
The fact that he didn't see that coming is proof.
I work here for free, and this is the things I get.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. Wow, indeed. I'm not apologizing.
I know.
Okay, as long as you know. Okay, so there's no secret for going down that way. All right. We're gonna drop down here just to avoid that bone pillar situation. It's okay. We hit a save point. It doesn't matter. But we did find a couple things, like that one glitch with the zombies in the water.
Yeah. Are you sure you put the thing in here for the quote command?
Yes, it's exclamation add quote. One word.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, I can do that.
It's even pinned.
Cherry said... Cherry says behind my eyes is but white gesso.
Gesso?
I don't know. They said gesso. It's a G.
I'm guessing.
Says,
I'm guessing there's a gecko living back there. Is that where the cave is? That explains so much.
Okay, this is a big one from Liz. They said OJ. You mean okay? Or no, OJ. I've been driving, so I couldn't text. But 1, I want to say hi, Cherry. And 2, I must say that the comparison of Alm to Kirito is completely unjust. When wearing his white coat, he looks far more like Asuna. Oh no, Liz. I think you're gonna get timed out.
Liz.
You're gonna get it.
Liz. Liz.
Oh my god,
Liz.
Jade,
Liz.
you just added on to that. A creep did try to kidnap him once.
Listen. I'm not close to Asuna. If there's anyone who wears white and red and has red hair, that's Liari. She would be the Asuna in this situation. Anyhow,
So you're the Kirito still.
No, that doesn't mean anything. That just means that she's the Asuna. She's the SAO character. I'm gonna get my ass beat for that one.
Adventurer Asuna. Oh no.
I'm surprised there isn't a name like that out there already for somebody.
Roger reminds me of one of those names or those meme stories. Guys comes to my house, sucks my dick, calls me gay. What? What?
I'm not even gonna ask what part of the internet you've been on.
Okay, Roger. It's a primer for Canvas. I'll never tell, says Cherry. Liz says, I knew what I was doing. I accept my punishment.
You know what? That just says that chat wants to be punished and they know I have a whip. I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for it. I know what they want. This is what they want.
Poor chat. Forever not reciprocated. Jerry, detestable, disgusting.
What did she say?
Finale. She said, "Punish us, Alm ZADDYYYYYYY."
Oh, that is vile, but oh my god, that's hilarious.
That is vile. Roger says,
It was a thing from a bit ago. I'm stuck in the land of 3 to 5 minutes ago.
Ah, the land of 3 to 5 minutes ago. That sounds like...
Abaddon...
Well, according to the internet, that's gonna be... They consider that retro. Let's be
classical.
You know, I'm a classy guy, so I don't mind being classical.
Cherry's prehistoric.
Bum,
Oh,
bum.
Ads! We didn't even know the ads were here.
Are the ads running right now, or are they, or have they been going for a bit? Oh yeah, they're only just now starting up. All right, folks. So while the ads are going, for those who have them, we're going to go ahead and take a small momentary break. During this ad break, be sure to stamp, stretch, hydrate, dehydrate if you haven't already. Grab a snack too, and I will catch you after these messages. Where the hell is my OBS? There it is. Okay. You want to try saying something again there, Lucy? He has been silenced, folks. So, chat, how are you all doing? Let me catch up with you all real quick, just now that we're back from ad break. Also, Kate, good to see you. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. And thank you so much for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. How am I? I'm doing great. How have you been, by the way? Oh, you're good? Hell yeah. All right. Should we bring the cat back, folks? Should we bring the cat back? Because I sort of need him to read chat. I sort of need him. Currently relaxing out of your food coma. Ooh, nice. Yeah, he is. You know what? I'll let him come back. There we go. Now he can be heard. All right. And with this, he's in charge of reading chat. Because, again, this game is full screen. I won't have access to you all, sadly, so he'll have to read you all for me. But yes, let's continue with the beta testing.
You a bitch-ass motherfucker.
No, I'm a bastard. Get it right.
That too.
Also, can we get a shout out for Kate Caddy there?
Give this man a second monitor. We've been trying.
But yeah, can we get a shout out, please, Lucy?
I got it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh, heartback's up. Hell yeah.
Ooh, Metal Gear Revengeance.
Yes, she was playing Metal Gear Rising Revengeance earlier. I want to play that so bad, but I don't know if I need to wait until, or if I play that, it's more of a thing of if I play that. I love the game. I want to play it. But then I know my chat will want me to play all of Metal Gear on stream, and I'm not a big fan of the rest of the Metal Gear series. I love Rising Revengeance, but not the rest of Metal Gear. So and I still already owe chat Devil May Cry. Which I do have every DMC game, except for DMC Devil May Cry. I have the good ones. There we go.
Okay, you don't have to worry too much, because I know Sam is currently bringing home a monitor, so he will have one soon.
Oh.
Soon.
TM.
TM.
Also, we are near death, despite having found all this stuff. We gotta be very careful right now.
Also, Strider asks, what are Lucy's preferred pronouns? I usually use he, him, but I don't mind what you call me. As long as you don't call me Pookie.
Oh, I will never call you Pookie. You are not my type. I'm sorry, you're not getting that.
That doesn't mean you have to call someone Pookie. They have to be your type.
Sure it does.
Whatever you say, old man.
Listen. At least with me, they know that they're gonna get someone's gonna. Nah, my bad. I can't talk. I need to drink my tea. Give me a second. My mouth is just sticking together. Give me a second.
Well, maybe if you didn't have such weird substances in your mouth, you'd be able to talk.
It's fucking tea, you degenerate head fuckwit.
Mr. British.
Listen, I almost called you a British insult right there, so I can't.
I'm talking a slur on camera.
Not a slur, just an insult.
I got sucked into playing the other games now, says Kate, and it's your destiny. Kate also follows it up with Lucy's name is Pookie. Sounds good. Call me Pookie.
I mean, you can call Lukey that all you... Luke... You can call Lukey that all you want.
Out of all the people, you two betrayed me.
Hey, I didn't say Lucky, I said Lukey. There's a bit of a difference.
That's happened too. How fucking dare you?
And this, my friends, is how you know that we're good pals.
Abaddon goes, I find it really sad the Devil May Cry game is more favored than the main franchise than the Netflix show. Yeah, we talked about that last time.
Yeah, the new Netflix... Okay. I'm about to die, but so we're gonna die here whenever this happens, because I'm gonna go on a rant. The new Devil May Cry Netflix series. It's a 3 out of 10. And here's why. The art style is fantastic. The voice actors do an amazing job with what they're given. The people who wrote the script and directed things. No. Because they missed the entire point of Devil May Cry. The entire point of Devil May Cry is demons bad, Dante save day. You know, that's the whole point. You know, demons are meant to be bad except for Sparta, who was the lone exception and helped save mankind from the rest of the demon realm. And it's up to his descendants to take care of that. Be that his direct descendants with Virgil and Dante, or with Nero, who is, you know, his grandson, you know? Also, just a reminder that, yes, Nero is Sparta's grandson, aka Virgil fucks. But here's the thing. The show, the anime, the Netflix series anime, I'm not even gonna call it an anime because it's not an anime, it's an American-made series. It's an American cartoon. It decided to say, but what if all the demons are good and it's the humans oppressing them? They're just trying to survive. No! That's completely missing the point of Devil May Cry. They can have that story, but they just need to name it something else and have different characters at that point, because it's a completely different series. Because people are gonna like that type of show, and I don't blame them. You know, if it's their cup of tea, it's their cup of tea. But it needs to be attached to something that isn't the exact opposite of that, you know?
Also, hi, Ethereal. Hello, Miracle Donut. Welcome in.
Hey, Donut. Hey, Ethereal. Welcome in.
Also, whoa, chat got pretty far away during that. Kingdom says, you got a really shit off friend if he lets you get away with calling him a degenerate fuckwit. Well, I call him a lot of other things.
Yeah, he does. He calls me a lot of worse things. That was what I said compared to the stuff he's called me. Mine was a 1 out of 10 whenever he's called me 10 out of 10 insults.
I've also said things that I can't say on Twitch without getting flagged. But don't worry, I only ever use insults that can apply to me.
That's a lot of insults.
I'm going to scalp you.
He hates me because I tell the truth.
Shut up. Miracle Donut. Well,
how does one shut up? Up is a vast expanse, therefore one cannot shut up.
Beat the shit out of you. Miracle Donut says, "Whoa, is this that 3D NES mod? I've heard they really did bad with the source material for Devil May Cry."
They did really bad with the source material of Devil May Cry. And no, this is actually okay. I'm pausing because I don't want to die. I'm at 1 hit up there, but no, this is a fan game, a fan remake of Simon's Quest called Symphony of Horrors. And you can find the devlog over on YouTube at First Serve Gaming. Please do go check them out. They are a really cool dude. We've actually been talking in DMs and in their Discord server, just, you know, on our off time, just talking about how to go about this game, how to make it better, so on and so forth as well. So he's very open to, you know, community feedback. Very cool dude.
Roger says there was only one uncringe demon in canon. Jade says, well, technically, Trish is also an exception.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's a thing of every once in a while there's an exception in Devil May Cry, yes. But they were making it to where all the demons were an exception in the Netflix series. All of them. Even the ones who were the main villains you're supposed to hate, and they make it very clear that they're sociopathic. Do you know what they do? Oh, okay. If you don't want spoilers for the bad Devil May Cry animated series on Netflix, close your ears now because I'm going to tell the spoiler. Okay, you know the rabbit demon? And stuff like that, how he's really well designed and how he's really cool with how he's, you know, this evil creature and all this stuff. He's just twisted and manipulating everything from behind the scenes. He's not a demon. He's a human wearing a rabbit mask who comes from the demon realm. That way they can go ahead and say, oh, it's only humans who are evil. All demons are good. Yeah. How Simon's facing down on the floor right there, that's how I feel on the inside about that.
Okay, I have something to say and remind you this is not how I feel about...
It just crashed.
Ooh. This is not how I feel about any other rabbit besides the fact that I like the look of that rabbit.
The look is great. And the voice actor did an amazing job. Up until the end, it's a well-made character. It's just a sociopath who is going around manipulating people to try to bring the demon realm onto the human realm. Really good until the end twist with him.
Plus, the rabbit guy was hot.
I know I am.
Not you. I already established I'm not talking about you.
Well, too bad. We all know the truth.
I hate you. As the main exception, the only other exceptions were Trish, Brad, and the original anime. Sorry, I'm just zooming through these. Donut says it's basically what they did with Halo. Jade says, yes, they watched the free rent and got their in a twist. Roger says, so they are pulling the same with this again. Jade says, and also, the clearly have never watched the second and single cutscene in the Devil May Cry. Humans can't do against devils in most cases. It's Netflix series. I was never gonna watch it. Lucy, that was what you deserved for that comment. For what? Saying that the rabbit demon before I found out he was a human was hot?
Oh, and another thing though. I'm not going to say all Netflix series are bad. The Castlevania series on Netflix, the first one, fantastic. They've appreciated the source material and they stuck with it. People get a little uppity because they go, oh, the church portrays evil in there, but that was actually in line with Castlevania lore, where they burnt Dracula's wife at the stake, and then they even say, hey, the corrupt ones are bad, but there are good people in it too. So it's with Castlevania lore, at least for that point in the timeline.
And there's some really good Netflix anime. I mean, Delicious in Dungeon.
I was going to say, and I will say this, though. Nocturne Season 1 is bad. Nocturne Season 2 is amazing, and that's because Netflix finally took their finger out of the pie.
Yeah.
Because you all know that I love Castlevania, and I wanted to love Nocturne Season 1 whenever it came out.
Are you really going to
I went through the 7 stages of grief with that. Hey, Kev, thanks for the sub. Welcome in. I can see chat right now because I'm not looking at the game at the moment. But, oh, yeah, that was a sub. Thanks so much for the sub, Kev. I thought follow for a moment in my brain because I was talking, but thanks so much for the sub. Enjoy your ad-free viewing and emotes. But, yeah, the Nocturne Season 1, I watched that, and I chronicled everything I went through with that show on Twitter when it first came out because I watched it day one. Season 1, I watched day 1. And I went, hey, okay, I like the designs. The animation's good. It's starting off with the characters acting, Maria is a little uppity, like she was in Rondo Blood. And Richter was a hothead like he was in Rondo Blood. Makes sense. It seems good so far. Second episode comes in. Why are we not focusing on Richter and Maria that much? What's going on here? Third episode. Why are Richter and Maria not in this episode at all? They're the main characters. Fourth, fifth, and sixth episode, where have Richter and Maria been? They show up for maybe 5 seconds or in the last 2 episodes. Yeah, and they complete. Season 1 was bad. Season 1 of Nocturne was bad. Season 2, the Netflix CEOs no longer got to inject their own writers. It was the writers at Powerhouse who did all the work. And they brought it back to what it was supposed to be, what they probably wanted Season 1 to be, in fact. So I don't say that everything on Netflix is bad, because it's not. But whenever the Netflix CEOs stick their finger into the pie and think they should have complete control, that's when it goes bad.
They also cancel a lot of series.
Yeah, and a lot of those series they cancel because they won't let their writers invade them. That's literally what happened with Daredevil.
Yeah. And then there was, what was it called? Oh yeah, so there was one that they did, it was like a modern day take on like myths from, holy shit, my...
Tower of Gods? Is that what it was?
No, it was, what was it called? It wasn't an anime. It was a live action show. It was modern day Greek myth in the modern day world, telling like the story of like Orpheus and Eurydice, as well as Zeus's anger and like the Gigantomachia and like all these things. But it was an interesting depiction.
How did that go through?
Really good.
You saw that, right? That went through the wall.
Can I mention a thing? I can't see it.
Oh, right. I have to rescreen share it on Discord. Right. I
have not realized you continue playing. I thought you were looking at chat, which is why I haven't been reading it.
Oh, no, I haven't been able to see chat. I was looking. Oh, my bad.
Okay, Roger says the DM's Devil May Cry Netflix rabbit guy, hot cherry. Yeah, he is. Jade says, look, I'm not saying that Netflix stuff is bad. At most, I ain't about to gamble. Kev says, fuck Netflix. Jerry says, oh, Rabbit is... I'm not going to say that because you almost got me there, bitch.
No, what?
You
Who said what?
got me there for that quote. No, because that quote would have been an audio file you would have used.
No, what was said? You're supposed to read chat for me.
No, I know. It was, oh yeah, the Rabby is super hot.
Why, thank you. I know I am.
That's not what I fucking meant. You are right, Lucy, as usual. I told you. Also, he's insane, so he's just up your alley. There was the shit with The Witcher as well, where Henry Cavill putting his foot down was the only reason they had any form of being faithful to the books. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, I went on a rant back there, by the way. I am so sorry if y'all don't like hear me get on my soapbox. When it comes to adaptations about things, I understand that there needs to be some, leeway. It's called an adaptation, not a direct one-to-one. But they need at least stay truthful to the main parts of the source material. That's my main thing. As long as they stay faithful to the main parts of the source material, they could take some liberties, I mean, think about the Super Mario Brothers movie. That was an adaptation. It was interesting because, they decided to go ahead and it wasn't as close to the games as it could have been because, well, the original Mario Brothers game, I'm sorry, it has not really that good of a plot.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, some might say, what plot?
But Cherry, the thing is that we don't like that he was a masked dude. We just wanted him to be the rabbit.
Yeah, he just need to be a rabbit demon. That's really all he need to be. Because and here's the thing, I think the writers actually had a full script written up that was going to have him say a demon, and he was going to be a good one. I think it was going to be a good script until the Netflix CEOs happened, because at early parts, they talk about how the rabbit seems like one of the archdemons being able to possess some kid's, toy rabbit or something like that and turn it into a physical form because they can't go through a portal to get to the human world. That was a good concept. That tells me there was probably good writers who went and said, okay, let's do this. And then other writers came in and said, no, we're tossing out your thing, we're putting in ours.
So, the original chronology of Rabby, the White Rabbit, was done in Devil May Cry 3 manga.
Mm-hmm.
He is a true demon that showed up with Alice as a plush doll, and then was later seen transforming into its more humanoid form to fight.
See? Well, in that case, they knew what the original writers probably just got replaced at one point then, or forced out. That's probably what happened.
So the White Rabbit has a small plush in Alice's hand. He's gunned down by Dante after making his dramatic entrance through the window. Later on, he appears once again in a more humanoid form.
You're going to need to speak more into the mic. I can't hear you.
Being much taller than before and wearing a suit and tie. Dante shoots the White Rabbit once again, but it's stopped by Alice, who demands that the rabbit and defends the rabbit and calls him Rabby. So in the actual manga, he's a full-blooded demon. He's not a human.
Mm-hmm. Okay, as I said, that means that it's definitely someone came in and interfered with the writers. There's no doubt in my mind at that point then.
Yeah. Let's see. Which Super Mario Bros. On the live action or the animated, says Abaddon.
I was talking about the animated.
Yeah.
I was thinking Sonic live action for a moment there, because Sonic live action is another thing of, hey, adaptations can be good.
Mm-hmm. Cherry says, jokes on you, I'm into both of those things, demons and masks. I mean, I am too, but he was just supposed to be a rabbit demon. I'd rather have a rabbit demon be a rabbit demon.
Yeah, this isn't about what people are into. This is about what would have been good writing, what isn't good writing.
Yeah. And that's like, Cherry, that's like someone taking one of your OCs and then telling you that they want to change a core element of that OC, and then saying, well, if you don't like it, then you don't have a job.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, it's like if imagine this, because this is essentially what it was. Like exactly what you said. To give an example, say that someone was to go ahead and say, "All right, this character that you have, my VTuber model right here, its lore is now this, and this, despite the fact that I've already come up with a lot of stuff for it." And they say, if you don't like it, you don't get to have your model anymore, and you have to quit. And they somehow have the ability to do that,
Someone who doesn't look at their contract when they sign up with the corporate.
Exactly. That's why you always read the fine print.
Always read the fine print. Abaddon says the Devil May Cry 3 manga not only was not finished, but also localization added significantly more profanity, and the author was very unhappy about that.
Mm-hmm.
But still,
It crashed again.
Oh.
So,
Jade says, listen, we all know Sonic movies are just Sonic X, but better. I thought we were just talking about hotness.
No. We were talking about the character in general.
No, yeah, we're talking about character. If it keeps crashing, we may have to just send it a crash report to the...
Yeah, it's crashed twice in a row now, which is not a good sign.
Especially on death.
Yeah. Well, let's give it another shot. And because we're still barely at an hour and a half. So let's go ahead and boot it back up. Let me make sure it's going to show up on OBS. Because that's where it matters the most. Okay. And then
God, that's right. So, the Nier anime anime for the Nier anime, like Nier Automata, the writer rejected a whole scene because they wanted to put in a sex scene between 9S and 2B. 9S is canonically an asexual. He loves 2B, but not in that way.
Yeah. Also, it crashed again, so I don't think we're going to be able to. I think it's just borked right now. But they are coming up with another updated version of the game. Let me screenshot this so I can send the screenshot to the developer. Okay. But yeah, it looks like we're going to have to just go ahead and chat here for a bit then, folks. We're just going to chat here for a bit.
But yeah, and then he said he said that's to the original writer of Nier. Which is weird. It was a weird situation. But changing out a character just because you have an animated version, instead the Nier writer who suggested it, yeah, I do not care. 9S is a sweet bean. Keep him a sweet pure bean. That's like his whole point, is that he's so innocent, and then he goes fucking insane. SMH.
Oh. I need to... Okay, sorry.
Just like you, Lucy. Right, Lucy? An innocent bean? Yeah. That's me. Innocent as a newborn. Why are you laughing?
Because I know you better. Anyhow. All right, I just sent that in to the developer, so that they now have the crash report as well as the entire code from the crash report, from the crash as well. That way they can know exactly what was causing it.
Jade says, no, Lucy, Yoko Taro created 9S, so he knows the point of it. I know, but I don't like Yoko Taro sometimes.
Yoko Taro is the person who gets the final say. It's his creation.
I know. I can still... I'm not the behind the scene of making it. I can still voice my own opinion.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's just that there's a lot of people out there who... Okay, because that's another topic I want to touch on. That's another topic I want to touch on just before we go ahead and wrap this up because, we can't really do anything. The game is crashing and just sort of, it's onion rings right now. We'll have to wait until the next build.
Oh, Liz just got home.
Oh, no, Liz, I'm sorry. But yeah, the current build keeps crashing. So we're going to be trying out the next version of the build next time we stream this. In the meantime, though, I can get a little closer. There we go. How's everybody doing? Actually, I can see you all now. Hold up. Sweet, I can see you all now.
Brother,
Do you know this is accurate sizes between me and Lucy?
It is not. This is accurate sizes between you and Soul.
Soul wouldn't even be on screen at this point with how accurate sizes work.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I was thinking of Locke.
Anyhow, folks. I know we've touched on a rather direct and slightly sensitive topic, but I want you to know that I do want everyone to know that we're not trying to tear things down. It's just things of stating opinions on stuff that, with the Netflix stuff, that's everything. But right now, I need to talk about something different than that because we need to talk about the game. because we've done our beta testing for the day. We can't really do any more due to these crashes. However, we can at least give some thoughts as to what could be updated and what could be fixed at the moment.
Right.
So, first thing I'm thinking of, draw distance for enemies. Draw distance for enemies as to when they will de-aggro. Namely because of the bone thrower skeletons who will hit you through the floor and everything as well. It's a little much. However, I think an easy way to implement that is, once they get sort of a draw distance or a de-aggro distance, just have it to where they'll either just start walking around back and forth where they're at until you get close enough to aggro them again, or maybe a custom animation of the skeleton just crumpling to the ground and going, which makes it look like it disappears into it, and then it respawns back to where it used to be. Just a simple little thing like that. I mean, I say simple, but that's still going to take some coding to work. But the other thing that I think needs to be worked on is the little hitbox in the water, the little wonky hitbox in the water. Because we saw that happen not just once, but twice directly in a row where the zombie was right on top of us, but was not colliding. That needs a little bit of fixing, just a little bit of fixing. That should be pretty easy though, because it just means expanding where the hit modifier, or not modifier, where the hitbox is on it, yada yada. That one's an easier fix for those water zombies in specific. The other things I think would be useful to have update a little bit is, well, one, we already know some things are coming, so I'm not going to bother talking about those things that we know are already coming. But aside from the draw distance or an aggro range, as well as the zombie hitbox, or water zombie hitbox, I think one of the better things that could be done is, with how things were done in there, as you could probably guess, I was a little lost despite talking to the characters. I wasn't really sure where I should go. I had the garlic, but I was not aware as to how to use it to make the ghost appear. So I was looking
at quest menu.
Yeah, it could use a little bit of a, sort of a like a hints menu where you can go over the hints that you've gotten so far. You're like, okay, because maybe I just misread something and now I can't re-see the hint because the hint is done and over with. So maybe in the system menu, in the options, because we have the thing for the Dracula parts, we have the thing for the items, we have things for the whips, maybe another window that just has hints so you can replay hints that you've seen across, as you're going, the ones that are actually important anyway, like it'll log those in there and you can see them on screen again, just to keep a header as to where you're going.
Right.
That would help out a lot. That, and also the blocks that were cracked that didn't break in that one area, I could tell those were meant to break.
Yeah, and if they weren't meant to break with the current whip we do have, probably changing a little bit of the design or insignia or color of the crack.
Yeah, or maybe just make it a different type of block in general. Like instead of it being a cracked block, maybe it's an
block with a certain fire pattern carved in it, or
not a pattern carved into it, but just a different color scheme. Different color scheme that makes it stand out,
Yeah, that could work.
That way hey, this is a breakable one, but maybe not with what you got, and it doesn't look the same as the ones as what you've been able to break with what you got already, But yeah, it's just there's a few things that could be done with that, and the rest I think will be addressed when, the next version comes out. So we'll be beta testing that version as well at some point. And I'm not going to put too many things down here, because I've also talked to the dev about how I was able to replicate the thing where you get locked into place as well, because it is whenever you're switching between day and night as well as night and day, specifically at those times while you're on a little bit of, okay, how the tiles, they collide at certain points to create the platforms and floors?
Right.
When you're on the crease, right in the middle of one of those, that's when it'll do it. I've had it happen on the stairs more than anything else, but that's when it'll do it, when you're right on the crease. But yeah, it's just there's quite a bit to be done here because it is still a beta, or maybe technically even an alpha at this point. But the fact that he has a group of people who can play test it, and again, do go check out the dev at First Serve Gaming over on YouTube, because they will be the ones who will have the dev logs posted up there, and I guarantee you're going to love what you see over there, because they've got a lot of good stuff. But yes, I will report these things.
Oh, hey, Relic.
Speak of the devil. Hey, Relic. But yeah, this is the dev, by the way, Relic here. Yeah, we did end up going ahead and closing the game because it's crashed on us 3 times to the same fatal error, which I posted in the Discord for you. But yeah, we did find a few things. I just mentioned them. I'll go into them about again real quick since you're here. But a few things that I would actually recommend while playing, because right now, again, almost nothing but praise. Everything is simply praises with a few little adjustments I would suggest. Pretty much, namely, got my message? There's a certain thing that happens when that error comes up. No, it's normally whenever I try to reload after a death, or when I try to load the save file in general. Yeah, it is a little weird. But yeah, now the things for the gameplay itself, the things that I was suggesting earlier is, well, one is there were these rocks that I think you meant for them to be broken with the whip because they have the same crack on them like the other ones. So I think there is wall meat in there, but they did not break while being hit at all. So I think maybe it's just a little spot that maybe the code got a little wonky. So it probably just needs to go in and hit a switch or something like that. My guess. It was in the underground caverns coming up because I went back down to the caverns, and that's where I found it. It was behind a bone pillar that was hidden behind some skulls. Yeah, I can go ahead and show you that one later. I can go take a picture of it or something from the VOD. Going back to make some more big walls more consistent. Okay, that's okay. There we go. Yeah, the other glowing pulsating blocks that require the nail. Gotcha. Okay. All right. In that case, the other things that we noticed while we were playing is some enemies, like say the throwing skeletons, the ones that throw their bones at you, and how they like to stay all the way across the field to where they'll start attacking you even from off screen. Those might need a draw distance and aggro range adjustment because there was a lot of times where I couldn't even move forward because they would draw distance. Well, they'd go out to where normally draw distance would be, and they'd just stay persistent and stay aggroed on. So I'd be getting attacked through the floor or through the walls, and they're so far away that I can't even reach them. So those things might need a little bit of an aggro range adjustment, or maybe a thing to where they despawn and go back to the original spawn point if they go to draw distance. Something like that.
Int journal.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll get to that, Lucy. The other thing we noticed was, well, in the water, the zombies in the water specifically, only the water zombies, we ran across one moment, well, yeah, just one moment because it happened back to back, where the zombie would go on top of Simon Sprite and just stay there wiggling back and forth and just not hit until I moved. So it's purely the zombies in the water, though. Purely the zombies in the water. So I'm thinking it might just be something with their hitbox. And the other thing that I would make as just a quality of life suggestion is, because I did get a little lost, is like how you have menus for the relics, the sub-weapons, and the whips. Maybe another escalation thing. When they first spawn, their collision is not active. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because I had it to where that would happen, and it'd be there for about maybe 3 to 4 seconds. They'd just be staying on me and not causing any damage. But the other thing I was thinking of, though, is like there's menus for the whips, the sub-weapons, and the relics. A third one for the hints from the villagers, the important ones, the ones that you actually need to know in order to progress the game. Like if a third menu could have a log of those, or something like that, a list of those that you found. That would help out a lot, because I did get lost at one point, despite the fact that I played Simon's Quest so many times before. So it's a thing of one of those so I could look back and make sure I didn't miss out on a hint, because the villagers, they don't seem to repeat, even if I talk to them more. So just something like that would be nice. And log down the road? Roger. I know that's a lot of work too, though, so don't worry about hyper-focusing on that or anything like that. That's just something that I think would be a nice quality of life.
It's just a suggestion.
Aye. But yeah, we've been going for about Well, we can't really do any more game because the game keeps crashing on me when I try to boot it up. So I'm going to wait until your next build comes out, and then I'll do another stream. But right now, we've been going for about an hour, 40-something minutes, almost. We're above an hour and a half. So what I'm going to do here, is, again, this game, really fun. Please go check out First Serve Gaming on YouTube. The dev here, Relic, he's a really cool guy, and the devlogs are amazing when you get to go see them. Trust me, you'll like what you get to see. But I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up the stream here. I want to say I've got corrupted or something? Maybe. But, yeah, we're going to wrap up the stream here and send everyone over to someone else who's streaming right now because we can't really show more of the game until, we figure out what's going on here. But again, please do check out the First Serve Gaming's YouTube channel. Please check out the game if you can. Any attention to where this game is great because it is a good project and I want to get a lot of traction. So please give it a gander if you would. But yeah, folks, I want to say thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please consider hitting that follow button. It helps quite a bit. And if you're watching this on YouTube, consider hitting that like button. It helps a lot more than you know. Do stick around for the raid. I would greatly appreciate it because I know exactly who we're raiding and hopefully they'll be staying alive tonight. But yes, above all else, have a great day, folks.
Bye-bye.
You've been muted. Okay, folks, there's the raid message. Be sure to grab whichever one works for you. If you're subbed, you can go ahead and grab the bottom one there and use more sub emote. If you're just following, you can grab that top one, which has a global emote. We're going to raid Dead Muse this time. She is playing RimWorld, so that should be fun for you all. And again, thank you all so much for hanging out here. I appreciate every last one of you. I hope you all had a fantastic time. I know we did go on quite a few tangents, but I hope everyone still had a lot of fun. And with how the game's looking, again, please keep your eye on this. It's going to be really good when it gets to be a finished product. But yeah, again, I want to say once more, I've said a lot, but I'll say it again. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Peace, everybody!